Hello everybody, welcome to Visual Communication and Media. My name is Adam Rozeski. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of you. I'm so excited to have you all here for a course. We're walking into a course called Visual Communication and the Media, and it focuses primarily around how we communicate visually and how we go about this using images and different styles to where we can custom make it to where we can create our own communications. And it's kind of obvious with how social media and everything has evolved over time that we have really found new ways to communicate just by using images and by using different ways of text and ways to communicate. And that's what we're going to be focusing on for the next 5.5 weeks. And it's a really awesome course. I use a lot of visual communication, especially when helping design video games and UX design, which is user experience. And we'll get into it. So don't worry about my last name. Adam's fine. I know it can get a little bit rough, so kind of hard to pronounce. But yeah, let's get into it a little bit, just a little background about myself, and then what we're going to be going after and some of the assignments we're going to be talking about. So, all right, sweet. So just a little bit of a little introduction about myself. I started all sorts of jobs after I got my engineering degree from Penn State, and I was playing hockey for them, tore my knee out. And then I ended up working for my dad in the airlines. But I was a competitive gamer. I played a lot of competition games, especially like before esports became a real big thing. Like I went to tournaments for like Star Wars Battlefront 2, on the PS3 version, the PS2, PS3 version, not the new one that came out on DICE. I helped work on the first Battlefront with DICE. Played a lot of MMOs like EverQuest, WoW, Star Wars The Old Republic, Aeon, Lord of the Rings. Played a lot of Gran Turismo, had my own setup, but I wanted to learn how to make games, so I ended up going to Full Sail and got my bachelor's in entertainment business and my master's degree in game. I double mastered in game design and project management. Worked for a lot of different companies. I worked for GP Games. Starting out, it was a small studio from Full Sail. And then I went to Activision and EA as a producer and an analyst. Worked as a gameplay designer as well for user experience. Then I ended up going to Burnout Game Ventures and did some consultation for some user experience work over there. After that, I got picked up by Wason Games and worked there for 2 years doing a lot of indie mobile and VR games. That was a lot of fun. And then I recently just did a year or two at a company called Mass Virtual, where I was their senior project manager and worked pretty much managed about 150 people with cross development teams, and it worked really great. Worked on over 40 games in my career. I've done at least 60 to 70 projects. I've done a lot and really focused a lot on software tech and the video game and VR industry. Now, that's a little bit about me. Just to give some type of work we're going to be doing. So we have different types of assignments. We have discussions and written assignments and lecture assignments. Those are pretty much what we're going to be focusing on for the assignments. Keep in mind the initials are always due on Tuesday, except for week 1. Everything should be done on Saturday. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Reply posts are due on Saturday. That would be great, no matter what. Initial posts are due on Tuesday. Except, like I said, week one, since we started on a Wednesday, you can give me both posts on Saturday. That would be great. But from then on out, week 2 through week 6, Tuesdays are going to be the initial posts. That would be great. And then final day is going to be March 15th. Written assignments are going to be due Sunday, as always, and the final day is March 15th. Keep in mind, final day of class is a Friday in week 6, so that's another shortened week, probably like 4 or 5 days. So make sure that you communicate to me throughout the course and everything, and we can make sure if you fall behind or anything, we can create a schedule and I can help you out. I know things happen in the world, and if you need any help, just please let me know. I'd be happy to go through that. Now, there's also live lectures. This is probably the one thing I'm a little bit of a stickler on a little bit because it ties to your attendance. So please make sure to keep in mind that always lectures are going to be on Tuesday, except for week 1. That will be Thursday. So again, I want to make sure that you get the lectures early by at least Wednesday or Thursday so that you have the information from the lectures to use for your classes. And I also don't put everything in there. I put some of them in my second announcement. So I also do 2 announcements. I do like a welcoming announcement and then a follow-up announcement on Fridays just to add some new information on there. That's going to help you out through the course. And so keep in mind that every one of my announcements and everything in lecture, it matters to the assignments in the end. So please keep that in mind. That would be great. Now, when are they going to happen? So they'll take place at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Except for week 1, go ahead and see the announcement on week 1. There's always announcements about what the lecture is going to be, where it's at, and the links that are posted to it. They're also on Teams. I posted an announcement on Teams as well with all the links. I also have a lecture schedule as well attached to Teams and also on Blackboard. So if you have any questions about when everything's going to be taking place, it'll all be listed right there. Now, I know everybody's busy. I know everything has... I work 3 jobs myself, so I understand that. If you miss a lecture, it's okay. Just keep in mind there will be recordings, and they usually are posted that evening, the Tuesday evening, or Wednesday in the morning. So you'll have them always by Wednesday in the morning, no matter what. Now, so keep in mind, how do I record my attendance for this lecture? Because that's the important part, right? Is the lecture assignment. You can watch the lecture whatever you want to, but keep in mind you still have to complete the lecture assignment, and it's part of my syllabus, so I would like you to make sure that you complete the lecture assignment by Sunday evening. If it is late, if they can't be late, they have to be turned in on time because it's tied into attendance, so you have to make sure you finish them by Sunday night. Now, if you are in trouble or if you can't get the lecture assignment in, please contact me ahead of time, and I can schedule that with you on how to complete that. But if it's not completed and you don't message me by Sunday night, I'm going to count it as a 0, and I'm going to take a point off your attendance. So it's a pass-fail, and I'll show you how to do the lecture assignment in lecture the first week. So I'll go over it. And I'm a big fan of going over all the assignments at the end of each lecture. So I know it's kind of hard sometimes when you're in a virtual class that it can get a little rough between how professors want their assignments and how they want just by reading it, and if they don't go over it, it's kind of hard to read their mind. So I usually go over every assignment and every discussion at the end of class. I always do that. And then I also go through the lecture assignment as well. So it's really important to take a look at my lectures, and not only that, just how I'm expecting things, so just to give you a heads up. And I'll also show examples as well of what good students do with the assignments. So that would be great. And where some pitfalls are as well, that would be awesome. Now, just keep in mind, please make sure you complete this by Sunday. It's going to be a pass or fail no matter what, so you either get the points or you don't. And if you don't have it turned in by the lecture, by that Sunday, it's going to be a 0 no matter what. So just keep that in mind. They're 5 points, but it is a little tough because if say if you're between like a B and a C or a C and a D, and you're short like by 20 points and you missed out on like 4 or 5 lectures, that could be the points that get you to that next grade point. So that's why they're pretty important. And I always value the live lectures because there's always something new in every of the lectures. So just keep that in mind as well. I'll show you how to do this on week 1 on Thursday. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'm always open and here to help you. That's the big thing. And I'll go through how I grade things and how I'm expecting things during lecture 1, so you're not kind of caught short or blindsided. I like making sure you're prepared for everything, and hopefully you can see everything as we go through. So that's really my goal. So, sweet. Now, just some class expectations. Keep in mind, I think this has actually changed. I think it's like they changed the late point stuff, so I'll go ahead and revise this a little bit. But expect to see a decrease of grades. I'll send out an updated announcement. I think they did just change the late system, if I remember correctly. So it is 10% a grade each. I think it's a little bit less now. I think it's like 5% grade each day it's late. And then I do remember after 7 days it is a 0. So just please keep in communication with me. That way, like I said, I pretty stick to the late stuff, but again, if something's going on or something's happening, don't wait till the last week to communicate all this stuff and be like, oh, hey, I'm sorry, I haven't been communicating for the past 5 weeks. Just stay in contact with me, and I'd be happy to help no matter what. Just contact me ahead of time. Always stay ahead of it, communicate with me, and I'll set up schedules. I'll do third, fourth versions. I'll do as much as I can to make sure that you have the time to complete your stuff, because I want you to succeed. Now, the other thing is too is just we have a lot of reflective discussion posts, and we give a lot of students feedback on our discussions. So just be courteous and respectful on those posts, and be thorough on those discussions. I'm a big fan of at least 2 paragraphs per discussion post, and that includes like 2 on the initial, 2 on the reply. And just don't give me like 1 or 2 sentences. Like, add detail, add feedback. The more effort you give, the more I'm going to support you in getting those grades, and that's a big thing. And we'll go over that over week 1 in lecture. But other than that, I just hope you discover and have some fun. It's going to be a lot. We're going to have a lot of good discussions. We're going to have a lot of good back and forth, and we're really going to go through a lot of different visuals and how they're built to really garner attention and to show that what they're trying to target for. That's the big thing, or show how to teach people and go through different areas. So it's a really interesting class. I know a lot of people think it's like, oh, visual communication. We're not gonna, I know how to visually communicate. I know how to spell words and everything, but it's a lot more to that. And as we go through this, you're gonna see a lot of images that challenge your ethics, challenge your perceptions, and challenge a lot of different areas to where, like, wow, I didn't realize that went that deep in those areas. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm hoping to see everybody for lecture on Thursday. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. But other than that, thanks for being amazing. I hope to see you all on Thursday again, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. And again, reach out if you need anything. Please take a look at the announcements. It has all your rubrics right there, all the announcements coming up, and the lecture assignments. And that's all I got. So be safe, have fun, enjoy. Hope to see everyone Thursday, and take it easy. And hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.